Beloveds, welcome. This is Lainie Love Dalby, the cosmic creatrix of the Sacred Revolution Oracle and also the founder of the Ecstatic Embodied Leadership Academy. And I am so excited to be coming in today with a reading for Scorpio season, and especially this new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio today that is conjunct Venus. And so we are at this point where we're halfway through the nodal transit of the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio. We're sort of right in the heart of this, and this eclipse portal is really highlighting and magnifying this. And eclipse portals, which from October 25th, when we're having the new moon today, until November 8th, when we're having the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus at 16 degrees, this is a very liminal time that is very transitional in nature. And so eclipse portals are really offering us expedited evolution. And in a way, we're dancing in fate and we're catching up to our karma with the South Node involved with this new moon today at 2 degrees. And so your soul is really calling you to the next level of your evolution, to transform, to change, to follow that deep heart call. And because Venus is involved, Venus rules relationships and receiving and resources and love and affection, connection, partnerships, deep relationships. And so this portal is really a reset for relationships and resources. So love and money are up right now. And I wonder how many of you are already feeling that. And, normally with new moons, they're about new beginnings and seed planting and really planting these intentions in the fertile darkness. And with new moons, everything is amplified 1,000 times. So it's a very powerful portal. But because the South Node is involved, there's also an element of release, of karmically releasing what really needs to be let go of so that you can fully step in to this new beginning. And so eclipses can bring really life-changing endings and beginnings and very uncomfortable upgrades. So this is taking you to your edge of aliveness, to your edge of revolution and evolution, and that can be uncomfortable and there can be fear. Because technically this is an opportunity to repattern your life. And so, the solar eclipse is a pattern maker and the lunar eclipse is a pattern breaker. And so it's definitely a potent time to really tune in to the truth of what you desire in relationships and love, the Venusian themes around what we really value and want. With Taurian themes, is our life really aligned with what we value? And, are we really in our full power, our full primal power, which is Scorpio? And so really tuning in and aligning with what you love and what is calling you forth now in relationship, in your desires, in your sexuality, in your truth, in what you most deeply value. And Venus can also bring, and also Scorpio bring, vulnerability and depth. And this is, Scorpio can force us to dredge things up from the swamp, the depths of the deep, still lake, for us to look at. Scorpio season is a beautiful time, powerful time for shadow work, for soul retrieval, for calling your power back, for really coming into new depths and levels of understanding of what is it that is beneath the surface that you need to see. Scorpio rules the underworld. It is the realm of the shamaness and the tantrika and the magician and the sorcerer and that psychic power. It is the primal limbic system. It is primordial. It is before consciousness in a sense. And so we're really in this place of really coming into full alignment with our power. And Scorpio also rules toxins and toxicity. So what toxins and poisons do you need to shed and clear and get rid of? And how can we bring in new nourishment? Because Taurus is sort of what we're taking in. It rules the throat, what we're bringing in for nourishment. Literally, it rules food. So how are we nourishing ourselves and our being with what we value? And then Scorpio, how are we releasing and excreting and clearing out what no longer serves us, the poisons? Scorpio also rules the genitals. And so really coming into deep alignment here with what it is that we desire. And the cards that have come in are very powerful. And, I want to give a little disclaimer here, because there are a few astrologers, including my teacher, who recommends not to do magical work on an actual new moon eclipse, because the energies can be a little destabilizing. And so the day before, the day after, it's a great time to make petitions and just say, this is what I desire. This is what I could really use help with and support with from the universe, and sort of put out that petition of like, this is how I could really use support right now in my life. But in terms of doing deep magical rituals, ceremonies, to do the day before or the day after is more recommended. Or just know that it's extra high intensity if you are going to step into that. And obviously, if you feel the call to do that, right? But just to know that it can be unwieldy energies. And so with that, I want to go into the cards and start talking about the cards a little bit, and more of the themes of Scorpio and Taurus are going to come out through talking about the cards that have come through as well. So there's lots of juiciness in here for that. And so the first card is number 15, which is Rewild Your Primal Nature. And I love that this card is here, because this is the card that we are journeying with this moon cycle in our Soul Sparkle Sanctuary Inner Circle learning and practice community. And she is really deeply shamanic. She is a wisdom walker. She is in her true nature, in her full primal power. The macaw is really about leaning fully into your true nature and asking what that is. Who am I truly? Who am I here to be? How can I stand in my full power? And she is also associated with the witch and the green witch as well. And these are both archetypes of Scorpio. And so if you might be somebody who carries a witch wound, now is a powerful time to bring that back in a soul retrieval, to reclaim those parts of yourself that might have been lost in old traumas when you were in your spiritual or healing powers. And we actually just released a new course this moon cycle in our Ecstatic Embodied Leadership Academy, The Path of the Green Witch, with our first guest instructor, Anna. Anna is so incredible. She is the founder of this amazing aromatherapy company, and she's taking you on a journey to connect in with the plants, with essential oils, with hydrosols, and giving you practical, grounded tools and actual formulas to be able to support you in grounding in during this time, during Scorpio season, during the eclipse portal, and in your lives as we are moving forward. So it's a really profound journey to awaken that inner healer and green witch in you. So definitely check that out. The link is below. But I love that she is here leading this, because this is the Scorpio new moon eclipse. And so this is an opportunity to step into more of our power and more of our clarity, and really release anything that is in the way of that. And the next card that came through really speaks to that release, which is 33, which is Channel Your Sacred Rage. And so here you see the serpent, and Scorpio rules the serpent. It is about shedding the old skins, shedding what no longer serves, purging and releasing the toxins. And this is a venomous serpent. And with Scorpio, there's that idea that, the poison and the medicine are the same. It's just about the dose. And so really looking at where are there toxins that have rooted themselves in your system. And that could be people, it could be habit patterns, it could be old ways of being. Remembering this is a time when we can really recreate patterns. It can be ancestral patterns, past life patterns. There's a lot of different opportunities that we have here to tune in to what are these really old ways of being that are not in service, that have been really stuck energy, because Taurus and Scorpio, they're fixed signs. They don't want to change. And so where is it that you really don't want to change, but it's like you really need to at this time? It's like change or die kind of scenario. So what is it that you are really needing to shed and clear and release to come belly to earth, raw, primal, deeply connected to yourself, to your truth, to your essence? and to return home to that. So really looking at what toxins are you shedding, what are you purging, to really step into that new beginning, to really allow yourself to have that new beginning. And so the next card here is Wield Your Fierce Sword of Discernment. And this is card 25. And so loving that this card is here as well, because I've just really, and really feeling into the need to clarify our values, because Taurus is about values. Taurus is about, what are we really aligning and giving our resources to, because Scorpio and Taurus are the axis of power and resources. So where are we putting our time, our energy, our life force? And is it really aligned with us fully and who we're here to be and with our essence? So having fierce discernment around love, around money, these themes that are really up with this particular one, around those relationships and resources. What is really nourishing you at the depth of your being and supporting you in thriving? One of my personal intentions around the Taurian themes is rooted sustainable abundance. And so I invite you to maybe consider that for yourself as well. What relationships, what things that you are doing in your life, where you're putting your life force, your resources, your money, your time, your energy, how is that creating a sense of grounded stability in your life or not? Really looking at, are there people that are bringing deep chaos into your life and that are actually throwing you off your course and throwing you off center? And so where do you need to go in and sort of clean house in a sense, and to really clear out those toxins and really allow yourself to have that fierce discernment of, is this truly serving me, my life force, my power, who I'm here to be? Remembering that Scorpio is about our primal power. And, really being in that energy and our feminine power in a lot of ways as well. The serpent is, it is an original primordial symbol of the goddess and primordial feminine power. And so shedding what no longer serves, bringing that fierce sword of discernment down with your sacred no. This is about tuning into your sacred no and also your embodied holy hell yes, and knowing what is it that you're saying yes to now? What is it that you're clearing and saying no to? Because we need to say no to be able to lean into that bigger yes, right? And so what are you saying no to lean into that bigger yes? That yes that you feel in every cell of your body and that just moves and stimulates you so fully. So she is really inviting us and asking us into that. And also the hands here, it's like we are creating and writing the new story now. We are writing this new chapter, because it's like one chapter is ending, life-changing endings and beginnings with an eclipse portal. So what chapter is ending and what new story are you writing? And that ties in so beautifully to the next card, which is number 39, which is the vibrational pulsing light web of creation. And here is Grandmother Spider, who weaves the web of creation, and she weaves her words as spells to really create a new earth, to birth a new earth. And she's not afraid, there's a little jaguar down here, to go into the shadow, to really look into the depths of the shadow, to see what light needs to be retrieved, to see what energy needs to be retrieved. One of the reasons why soul retrieval and shadow work are two of the main healing modalities that I guide people through is because it is so essential for us to reclaim these lost pieces of our fragmented pieces of our essence and our soul, as well as the energy that has been trapped in the shadow. Because without that, we can't be in our full primal power, our Scorpio power. And as most of you probably know already, my sun is in Scorpio, my Venus is in Scorpio, my Uranus is in Scorpio, my Eros is in Scorpio. I have a lot of Scorpio energy. And so that's one of the reasons why a lot of the work I do is about helping you step into your power, to call that power back, to remember yourself into being. And so what is the new story that you're able to write as you are back in your full power? What is it that you are visioning, that you are calling forth in this next evolution? Because that's what this eclipse portal is calling you into, that next evolution. So taking some time to feel into the vision of who you want to be on the other side of this. Not that we have any control, because we don't. With Scorpio, we must let go of control, because that can go into the shadow realms of Scorpio and really surrender to the process. But who do we want to become? What is the vision that we are holding? And really getting clear about that vision and letting it drop in and knowing that we are writing the new story. So what is it that needs to be cleared out of the way so we can truly write this new story for ourselves that is in alignment with our values, with what we most truly love from the depths of our hearts? And really asking, like, if I could lead a life that I totally love, what would that look like? And getting really radically honest about that. The next card is 49. This is one of the new cards in the second edition of the Sacred Revolution Oracle. And this is Release Scarcity to Actualize Orgasmic Abundance. And I love this because what is up? Love, sex, and money. And so this is very much the money card in the deck since Venus is involved. And also Taurus in this eclipse portal. And Taurus is about resources. It is about money. It is about tangible, financial, grounded, earthly objects and materiality, including money. And so really looking at our investments, really looking at where we are investing our time and energy and money. Just as we, had the fierce sort of discernment here, discerning about our resources, where are we actually then, like, what do we need to say no to? And then what are we saying yes to? What are we investing in? What is that holy hell yes that we take those next steps on and say, I'm going to invest in this because this is where I want to go now. This is the new story I'm writing. This is the next level of my evolution and soul's calling that I am being asked to step into now, even if it is so uncomfortable. And even if part of me is like, oh my God, what is happening? It's just letting ourselves really step in that ecstatic embodiment, which Taurus also rules that ecstatic embodiment and pleasure. This is like coming into a place of, especially when we're in a place where there could be destabilization in the markets right now. There could be a lot of challenges around the 3D matrix of money. So really feeling into that orgasmic abundance and what that means for you. Because abundance and wealth is an inside job. And, really knowing that spirit is our true source. And so when we can connect back in and plug back into that and release those scarcity imprints that might be from our ancestors, that might be from the matrix all around us, that fear vibration, clearing that out and coming back to our own state of, this is when I feel abundant, orgasmically abundant, when I am surrounded by friends and loved ones and I'm investing my time and energy in activating a collective matrix of care and creating community and spending time lovingly tending to the earth, making offerings, growing food, spending time preparing food with love and care and tenderness that I feed to myself and feed to those I love. Like really tuning in, what is it for you that helps you to feel orgasmically abundant? And how can you also lean into other ways of investing? Perhaps going back into more gift economy, the book by Charles Eisenstein around the gift economy. Powerful medicine for these times. How can we barter? How can we exchange? How can we collaborate to be able to lift each other up into that higher vibration and to remember that there is enough. There has always been enough, just as you are enough and you have always been enough. So, Taurus can really bring up those issues around valuing self and feeling worthy and feeling worth it. And so what is really going to help you to feel aligned in your own orgasmic abundance, for you to really own your preciousness and to only offer your gifts, your medicine, your time, your life force, in service where it is most aligned, where it vibrates at that frequency of that holy hell yes, and that helps to lead you forward. And so the next card is the Repair Your Root card, which is number 3. And this one feels very connected to this. So really finding any places where your root chakra, that center of security, of safety that brings us into this embodiment and gravity, feels compromised in any way, that you feel wounded, or that you feel there's some blocks, or that maybe you've got some tendrils that need to be released and cleared with this energy to help you fully repair bear your root, to feel safe and secure here, to know that you are abundant, to release those scarcity imprints, and to really come back home to the body and the earth, because that is the invitation of the Taurus North Node that is involved with this eclipse portal. It is to come back to our ecstatic embodiment, to come back home fully here in our skin, in our flesh, in this tangible body, in this lifetime here on earth, and to honor ourselves and our ecstatic embodiment and our own sensuality and the fecund aliveness of the earth. And with Scorpio, to be able to come into greater intimacy with all of life, and with ourselves, and with our bodies, and with this love, sex, money, to come into greater intimacy in relationship as well. And so allowing yourself to be nourished. Again, the hummingbird is here. The hummingbird keeps coming up recently, and the hummingbird memorizes thousands of flowers, and it only goes back to the ones that nourish it the most. So letting yourself get really clear during this portal, what is in your highest and best good that is deeply nourishing to your being, that feeds you at the deep level of soul, and to allow yourself to have that and to move towards that, to invest in things that will take you closer to that. Even if it's far away from where you feel you are right now, starting to get clear on that deep level of soul nourishment for you, that soul food, so that you can start taking one step after the other towards that, and investing in the things and the people and the situations that will support you to get to that place of being in your full ecstatic embodiment, deeply nourished at the depth of your being. Because when we are deeply nourished at the depth of our being, we are able to nourish the world with our gifts and medicine. But if we're depleted, if we're empty, if we're burned out, if we aren't in our full, if we aren't nourished, if we aren't tended to, then we can't tend to others. We can't tend to the web and support that. And so really asking, where do you need to lean in? And this portal as well can be a beautiful opportunity for rest and going within and just really spending time nourishing yourself at the depth of your being and allowing that to really come in and to be cleared. And so the last card that came through is Sacred Yoni Medicine. And so I believe this card is here because Scorpio rules sex and sexuality and the genitals. And here they are, the divine feminine genitalia. And it is an opportunity, I believe, to also clear anything that is not in alignment with our sexuality, with our essence, with our sexual power. As you know, I believe in our creative, spiritual, and sexual power. And so this is a big opportunity in this portal to clear anything, release any karmic bonds, release any toxins, purge anything that has been keeping you from being in that full alignment with your sensual embodiment, with your full sexual power, and with the medicine of this, because it is deep medicine, and allowing yourself to really clear, especially any patriarchal tendrils. Because I feel like in general, in this nodal wave that we're in, which I've spoken to before in previous readings, is that with the South Node in Scorpio, we have this opportunity to really clear the patriarchal imprints on our feminine sexual power, on primordial feminine power, on the essence has been repressed for thousands of years. And, Scorpio rules blood magic and menstrual blood and the moon mysteries. It is the dark goddess and the dark feminine and, like Medusa, these different energies, Kali, and really allowing ourselves as in a reclamation of those energies and the power of those energies and the holiness of those energies, that which has been feared, that which is taboo. This is Scorpio territory. And so we are reclaiming that. We are bringing that into the light, and we are celebrating it for the power that it has and bringing that into our bodies and our beings. And this is actually the work that we're doing in our Sovereign Sisters Rising Mystery School 7-month initiation to ignite spiritual, creative, and sexual power, is really that deep reclamation of what has been shamed, what has been cast away. And we're doing that now during the South Node in Scorpio, and we're going to be running another round of that as well starting soon. So keep a lookout for that if this is piquing your interest at all. But it's really reclaiming that sexual power that has been lost. And so I think she is here as part of really tuning into your genitals, tune into your sacred yoni, if you have a yoni, to tune in to your yoni and really listen to that new story that she wants to write as well, that new story that is calling forth, and really allow yourself to call your power back in all ways, especially in your physical, ecstatic embodiment. And of course, this is an essential part of that, and also it's not that this energy isn't already here, because this is about orgasmic abundance. It is about the power of the orgasmic force, and Scorpio really rules orgasms as well. And that power, that Shakti orgasmic life force energy, is the most powerful energy in the universe. And so, that is really medicine for us to be able to tune into, to help create the new story, to help weave the words of the new story, to weave what it is that we are creating and manifesting and bringing forth in our lives. And to do it in service as well. Repairing our root is actually also repairing anything that has really happened that has severed us from that deep connection to our sexual power, to our essence, to our magnetism. Scorpio is also magnetism in a lot of ways. It's that connection to passion, deep passion. So tune into your passion, tune into your discernment and your sacred no and holy hell yes. Allow yourself to tune in to really that primal power that is wanting to be called back fully into being now. And in this season of the witch, really allow yourself to have that full homecoming back to the body, back to the earth, back to that ecstatic embodiment here, and clearing anything in the way of that. And Scorpio also is a lot about slowing down, and it's about simplicity and, just that deep sensual pleasure, simple sensual pleasures. And so also I've really been feeling that, like, as much as possible in this portal, allow yourself to stay grounded, to stay clear, to stay present, because, Taurus is embodied presence. Let yourself be an embodied presence for what is here, for what is real, for what is showing up, no matter how chaotic or wild it may appear. And allow yourself to just really be in this state of presence, slowing down, tuning in, listening, because Scorpio also rules that psychic space, the deep realms, and let yourself really deeply listen to that next edge of your evolution that is calling, to that soul voice that is crying out to you for helping you to write that next phase of your story that is deeply connected to what you deeply love, what you most deeply love, what your heart, what your body yearns for. Scorpio is also about desire. What do you yearn for at the depth of your being? And what do you need to clear now to start investing in that, to start moving towards that, to start bringing that into reality now? Because this is a powerful portal for truly life-changing endings and beginnings. So asking, what is that ending that you're really ready to let go of and clear? It can be epic, it can be past life, it can be centuries that you've been carrying it, and this energy can help you to clear it, because Scorpio also rules transformation, deep, true, lasting transformation, that shedding of the serpent. Let yourself shed and come raw, belly to earth, in remembrance of that next level of your primal power, your essence, your truth, what you love and value most. And let that lead the way. Even if it is so countercultural to the status quo, let what you value, what you love, lead you home. Sending so many blessings for this portal, beloved. Put your seatbelt on. I will be back with more, of course, for the full moon, lunar eclipse. And until that time, sparkle shamelessly for the good of all. If you found value in this, please like it, subscribe, send it to anyone that you feel could be served by this medicine. And of course, don't forget below to tune in with the Path of the Green Witch course if you're looking for some more support and actual bringing in earth medicine, herbal medicine, plant medicine to be able to support you in the grounding, in really moving through this with grace and ease in the cosmic dance that we're in. And also, if you'd like more targeted one-on-one support for how this particular eclipse is touching you, be sure to book a one-on-one oracular astrology reading. There's some availability in the beginning of November. And just wanting to really bless your walk, beloveds. Bless your walk at this time. May it be profound, and may this portal help to clarify that next level of your revolutionary potential. And we will see you on the other side.